I'm Dr. Blaise Scarnati, leader of the Research and Scholarship Network in the Teaching and Learning and Scholarship Knowledge Community, and professor of music history in the Kitt School of Music at Northern Arizona University. I'd like to welcome you to an ongoing series of brief interviews with influential thinkers and cutting-edge perspectives and diverse voices on key issues in international education. We hope that you enjoy this series. We also invite you to contact us with suggestions and recommendations for additional author interviews. Thank you.
Welcome. I am Ralph Angeles, Professor of Political Science at Lone Star College North Harris, and a member of the Research and Scholarship Subcommittee in NAFSA's Teaching, Learning, and Scholarship Knowledge Community. I would like to welcome Dr. Rosalind Raby, Director of the California Colleges for International Education. She also serves as a senior lecturer at California State University Northridge in the Educational Leadership and Policy Studies Department of the College of Education, and is an affiliate faculty for the ELPS EDD Community College Program. She is also an affiliate faculty at the Center for Higher Education Internationalization at the Università Cattolica del Sacro Cuore, Milano. Dr. Raby is the past NAFSA Education Abroad Knowledge Community College Chair, the past NAFSA Region 12 Community College Coordinator, and is currently the Editor-in-Chief of the Journal of International and Comparative Higher Education. Thank you, Dr. Raby, for speaking with us today. Over the years, you've published extensively on international education in community colleges. So from your seminal work, Looking to the Future in 1999 to your latest book, how have you seen the landscape change, and what emerging trends do you foresee in the next decade?
Great question. Things have changed a lot, and some things have stayed the same. What has stayed the same is that the community colleges are still under-recognized. They are not included in every conversation when we talk about internationalization, and even within the community college world, internationalization is oftentimes invisibilized. That has stayed the same. What has changed is a number of things. One, there's been a professionalization of the field, where people are now taking classes, they're being trained, they're going through doctoral programs, they are moving up the ladder in their institutions, and that is different. We now have SIOs for international education at community colleges. We have deans, we have vice presidents, we have vice chancellors, we have, it's a different world than it was decades ago. With that comes a lot more outreach, a lot more creativity, a lot more connections. And we can see that in the types of programs that are being implemented. There's always been a range of internationalization, but today we're seeing it at such a deep level, and it's very exciting.
Thank you so much. And I'd like to ask a follow-up. So, given the shifts that you've observed since, your 1999 work, can you pinpoint a particular change or trend that has had the most significant impact on community colleges and how they've approached international education?
I think that when NAFSA started recognizing that community colleges are an important part of the NAFSA community and gave us space at conferences to meet and to talk, gave us space at conferences, dedicated spaces so that we could have panels and sessions, that is when the shift started happening.
So for the next question I have, as someone deeply invested in community college internationalization, what are some practical strategies or initiatives would you recommend community colleges to adopt as part of their internationalization efforts, especially considering the dynamic global educational challenges we face today?
Wow, that's a lot. One, I think that people that are new to the field need to read up on what other people have published. There's a lot of publications on community college internationalization. Get a sense of the field, get a sense of what people have been doing. Those who are mid-level and senior level should do the same. They need to become familiar with what is happening and use that to become advocates and maybe even their own work on their own scholarship. I think people need to think in terms of what is called comprehensive internationalization. So how does internationalization fit within the college? How does it serve the community? And how does it enhance student learning? All of that happens, but it needs to be recognized. If it's top-down change, bottom-up change, if it's sideways change, it doesn't really matter, as long as the change happens.
Like with some of the things you've mentioned so far, can you provide a specific example that you know of where a community college successfully implemented such an initiative or practice and saw tangible results in its internationalization efforts?
Oh, there are too many examples of this. You can start with the faculty who themselves went and traveled abroad and got excited and came back and started changing the way that they taught and what they taught to internationalize the curriculum. And that excited the students. And the faculty then realized, oh, I could do a study abroad program, and then takes the internationalized classroom and offers it in another country. Then comes back, the students are excited, they talk to other students, other faculty get excited, and you create a study abroad program. In international students, the same thing. It's the spark of somebody who says, let's go and create a welcoming environment for international students. Let's have counselors, let's have advisors, let's create opportunities and programs, and then go out and recruit, drawing on the students that already exist in the college and create a comprehensive experience for international students. These are the two most famous of the programs that are internationalized. And so that's why I'm focusing on those two as examples.
So with that being the case, especially when some community colleges are still at the grassroots level efforts to internationalize, who would you say should be some of the biggest advocates during their early efforts to internationalize? And who should they seek out?
So NAFSA is an amazing organization, as we all know, and there's a lot of people you can reach out to through NAFSA. You can find well, I'm not going to say most of the regions have a community college rep, and that's a person to reach out to. Then you can reach out to others within your community, within your state, find out what other colleges are doing. Again, read the journals, read the books, reach out to the authors in those books, and get a sense of what the community is doing. And that will give you the strength to either adopt, to replicate, to change current practices.
Thank you. And for the final question, your comparative work, such as the analysis between colleges of further education in the United Kingdom and community colleges in the United States, offers a unique perspective. So how do these comparative studies inform and enhance the internationalization process of community colleges in California and beyond?
Wonderful questions. Comparative and international education is where I got my PhD. And so my worldview has always been in understanding what exists beyond our borders. When I got involved with community colleges and got involved in internationalization, it was really the same. How do you take the experiences and expand them beyond our borders, or bring in others beyond our borders into our college and have experiences? So last century, way last century, I became very interested in what was then called community college models, meaning institutions that were very much like community colleges. And the person who really was very popular, he kind of created the movement of research, Frederick Kinser at UCLA. And so he mentored me. And I was able to then see the world in a different way. It took until the 90s that I had a book where half of the book was dedicated to, are there institutions in the world that are like community colleges? And the answer was yes. So then I got a deal for another book where I put out into the universe, please send me chapters on how your colleges meet 4 criteria that I found to be similar. And I had a lot of chapters. I mean, the book is like this thick, it's crazy. And then the last book was, okay, so now we know it exists. Now that we know there's similarities, let's go and do traditional research. And so that was the trajectory of how I learned. How I learned about the fact that beyond our borders, there are institutions that are very similar and they're going through the same things.
So I'd like to follow up, since your area is comparative studies. So, based on your research, are there practices from colleges of further education in the UK or other countries that you've observed or explored that you believe US community colleges could benefit from adopting?
Yes. I mean, we're one institution in the world, and there's so much that we can learn from other institutions, be it universities of applied sciences or further educations in UK or TAFE institutions in Australia, the idea, or COSIN institutions in Japan. There's so much we can learn and also expand. There is a organization, the World Federation of Colleges and Polytechnics, that are advancing these issues. And there's a lot of crossover because there's a lot of NAFSA members that are part of that organization as well.
Well, Dr. Raby, your insights have been invaluable, shedding light on the evolving landscape of international education in community colleges. As we reflect on the past and look to the future, your contributions stand as a testament to the importance of this work. Thank you very much for sharing your expertise with us today.